Hi, I'm Ramona Reich, physical therapist, hand therapist at West Sound Orthopedics, CHI. And so I wanted to go over some Thera exercises today and demonstrate how we do our Thera exercise program. So these are the handouts, and you should have one of these. And we'll go through these as we go through each exercise, okay? So to begin with, we're going to start with the finger hook exercise. So there's a couple of things that I like to do with the finger hook exercise. First, I like for you to rotate your hand into this position so that you are actually in a supinated position and your hand's flat on the table. What you do is you kind of create a little bit of a long shape with the putty, and then you're going to place the putty at the beginning of your fingers, and then you're going to squeeze with the fingers, going in more of a downward motion, not pulling into the palm. So each of these exercises, I like for you to go through them 3 times, so you just reshape that putty again, and then pull down into this motion. Shape the putty and then pull into that motion. Okay, and notice my thumb really wasn't involved. It's working a little bit to reposition the putty, but for the most part it's really not doing much of the work there. It's the fingers. Okay, so that was 3 times. So then our next exercise is the full grip. And so this one is actually making a fist. And again, you don't really have to use the thumb, especially if you really just had thumb surgery. You can avoid a lot of use with the thumb if you want. You can position the putty, but then you can just leave the thumb off. When you're squeezing here, I want you to start squeezing from the pinky and you're pulling into the palm. So with this, I'm pulling pretty hard to get through this putty. This green putty is a little bit more tension, but you don't have to squeeze that hard. You don't want to go into a lot of pain with this. You just want to do what you can do. The putty resistance is different from each color. Pulling from pinky and squeezing down into here, into your palm. So the colors are usually a tannish color is your easy color. Then you've got yellow, then red, then green, then blue, then gray, and then black. Okay. So that's 3 times. Okay. So then our next exercise is finger extension. With this one, we'll do the thumb later, so you're just going to do each finger with this. And even if you just have an issue with one finger, say an index finger, you still want to work on the other fingers as well. So what you do is you create a little bit of a long elongation with the putty. Then you're going to position the finger that you're going to do the resistance with as far into the palm as you can. You're going to use your opposite hand to secure the putty, and then you're going to lift it out. And notice that my hand is stable on the table. I'm trying to elongate. I'm trying to do most of the work with, say, the affected hand, okay? And then you're going to position this down. You're going to use your opposite unaffected side to stabilize it, and then you're going to push that out. Again, my hand is stable, and the finger's doing all the work to come out of the palm. If it's a lot of resistance for, say, the pinky or the ring, You can always make it a little thinner, say, and then when you come in here, it won't be quite as much resistance. So make it fairly easy on yourself. You don't have to make it that hard. And this is our second time through. Pinky's having a little struggle. Good. All right. So then we're on to our next task. And this one is called the thumb and finger spread. So with this one, again, you're going to make this into a little pancake or beret or whatever you want to think of it as. And as you're doing this, you want to try to use exclusively the injured hand or the affected hand. And so you're getting some good dexterity work here by having to flatten this all out with the thumb and the fingers. The thinner you make this, the easier it'll be for you to spread the fingers, and that's okay. Give yourself a little break. If you want, especially if it's your first time through, you just make it nice and thin so you'll be successful. Then you're going to stack your fingers like this, and then you're going to bring the putty on top with the opposite hand and kind of push it down, and then you're going to open all the fingers and then the thumb outward, trying to go at the same time. And it takes a little time, and that's okay because you're using, this is important for the small muscles of the fingers. Do you mind going and letting them know that we're filming? Thank you. Sorry about that. We had some offset laughing. Okay, so then we're back on here, stacking the fingers. Out and the thumb, trying to make it equal. Okay, so then the next task, you can do this a couple of ways. You can pinch a little bit off, or you can just elongate it. Oh, let me show you the exercise, sorry. So we're going to do the finger scissors. So you can either pinch it off and place the piece between the fingers. First, if you're working on dexterity, you can work on smoothing this little ball shape out, and the more smoothly that you are able to or the more smooth that you're able to get this, the more dexterity that you have in your hand, and also, you know, just being able to sense that smoothness and the pressure. It helps you with the, you know, your writing skills and your small object manipulation skills and so forth. So smooth that out. And we won't do this every time, but it gives you an idea. So when you take the putty and place it into the fingers to do the scissoring, if you place it farther down or next to where your fingers start, then it's going to be a little easier to squeeze that. And then the other way is just to have an elongated shape if you don't want to have to work on the smoothing. And then you go place it here and squeeze. And then you can go here and squeeze. And then if you come to the end of the fingers, it's a little more work. Some of the fingers are stronger than the other ones, the pinky and the ring. It's a little struggle. Oh, you can do it. There we go. Okay. And you can run through that a few times. So you can do 3 at the bottom here, and then, so that was twice down there and 1 at the end. So we'll just run through that one more time. And then 2 more at the end. I think that was 2, so we got 1 more. Okay. So then our next exercise is to do a thumb and finger pinch. With that one, you're going to try to go tip to tip. You're trying to line up your fingernails as much as you can. It's a little easier as you kind of go through the fingers to get them to line up. So you're just going to put the putty in between, and then you're going to squeeze. And then trying to make a nice O here. Trying to not hyperextend at this joint. But it should stay in sort of a flex position, which helps you have that little roundness to your effort. And I think this is my 3rd time through here. You could always reshape your putty too. I'm being lazy, so I can reshape it and go to here. Okay. All right, so then we go to the second page of the exercises, and so we're going to go to the finger spreading. again, you're going to make this into a little bit of a longer shape, and you're trying to, again, use the affected hand. And then you're going to bring the putty around 2 fingers, and then you're going to open out. Go to the next 2 fingers and open out. Again, I'm just going through the fingers on this one. I'm not doing the thumb. We'll do the thumb later. So if you notice, usually one of the fingers kind of does a fair amount more of the work, and so what I like to do is I like to go through and just do this maybe once. So you're securing this long finger while the index finger was moving, and then you're going to do that again. You're going to secure those 2 together, but then you're going to hold the index finger and make the long finger do the work. And then you're going to go to the long finger and the ring finger. Same thing. I'm going to secure the ring finger, and then the long finger is going to move away. And then you secure the 2. Again, long and ring, and then you're going to secure the long so that the ring finger has to do the work. The ring finger can be a little bit lazy. So you're going to secure the small finger, ring finger has to come up. And then secure the ring and move the pinky. Nice. Okay. So now we're going to go to the thumb extension exercise. So with that one, again, you're going to make it into kind of elongation. And then you're going to use the opposite hand to secure the putty, but you're going to move the thumb down into the palm. And then you're going to bring, now I'm very flexible in my thumb. You might not be that flexible, and that's okay. All thumbs are created differently. So it's what keeps us interesting. So you're just going to secure that with that opposite hand, and then you're going to lift it out. Same thing, secure it down into the palm and then lift it out. And secure it and lift it out. Okay. I believe that was 3 times on that. Okay. So then we're going to do the thumb palmer adduction and flexion exercise. Okay. So the important thing about this one, again, I want you to lay your hand on the table in an up, palm up position, and the putty, you want to form it into a ball, and you're going to just place it into the center of your palm. How I want you to start your exercise is I want your thumb in line with your palm down at the side, and then you're going to bring the thumb up and over the putty, and then you're going to squeeze down, starting your motion from the tip and pulling in. Okay, and then reshape it. Okay, so you're starting down in line with the palm. Fingers are staying straight. You're going to bring the thumb up and over onto the top, and then you're going to pull through the tip of the thumb. It's okay that you don't squish it way down, that's all right. more what is important is that action of bringing that thumb up and over, and then starting your movement from your tip. So then again, you're down in line, you're going to come up and over, and then you're going to come onto the putty. Notice that I'm keeping this bent. It's not hyperextending as I'm going into the motion. This is staying pulled back, and the motion starting from here. So I'm stabilizing from here and pulling down through there. Okay, and I think that was 3. So our next exercise is called a thumb adduction. Okay. And so what we do with that one is, again, we make the ball, or make the putty into a ball shape. And then you're going to lay your hand flat on the table like this. You're going to place the putty into the web space of the thumb, and then you're going to squeeze it in. What I'd like for you to make sure of is that you're not hyperextending through this thumb, but you're staying stable through this space here. Make that back into a ball. Same thing here. And then you're going to squeeze that putty in. And notice my fingers are staying straight. And last time. Okay. So the next exercise is a thumb and lateral key pinch. Okay. And so with that one, what you're going to do is same sort of thing. You're going to make the putty into a ball. This time you're going to bend your fingers. And if you place your hand on the table, it works perfectly fine, because then you can make sure you keep your fingers nice and bent too. But you're going to just bring that in this way. Again, you want to make sure that this has a flexed position and it's not hyperextending. Okay. Close those fingers, and then pinch. Okay. And then pinch. Okay. So the last one is what we call a three jaw chuck plus pinch, or 3 jaw chuck pinch plus, because we're actually going to use all of the fingers. So when we do this, you make this into whatever, a little piece of putty standing up there, and you're going to secure this with your good hand. You're going to take all the fingers and put them into a sort of a pinch grip, and then you're going to take and spin this. You're trying to twist it like you would be twisting off a bottle cap or something, but you're going to try to use all of your fingers, and then you're going to twist back the other way. Okay, and then twist, and then twist the other way. So, and then you can, one more time, give us 3. Okay, and you can also do some, if you want to grab and pull, that's great too. And one more. Okay. Okay. So that is our Thera putty exercises. Okay. Enjoy, and if you feel a little sore or fatigued, go ahead and put a little cold pack on afterwards. Okay, thanks.